back-to-back wins in the Expo after starting 3-0 on the road. Just talk about what's been gelling these past two games for you guys that might have been missing in those first three.
Just fresh out of training camp. I feel like we're a step slow on like rotations and the game plan and execution, but I feel like we're coming along game by game. Today was a good example of our willpower. How we're gonna go out there, lay it all on the line to win, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So I feel like our execution's been getting better, and we've been meshing better as a group. That kind of comes as the season goes. So.
Talk about the challenges of playing a team like this on a back-to-back, one that plays so fast and has so much size compared to other teams you've seen.
Yeah, I mean it's a hungry young group. They got a lot of young guys that just run up and down the floor, and then they got some veterans that space the floor, defend really well. So all around, I feel like they're a really good team. Be able to beat that team on a back-to-back is a big deal for us. They're playing with a lot of juice, so we just had to come out there and try to neutralize that. And I feel like in the second half, especially, we did a good job of that.
Can you kind of talk about what it's like to be back in the Expo playing here, and also like how you fit in with this group this year compared to the team we had last year here?
Oh, it's great to be back at the Expo. It's always a great time. Like I said, we got the best fans in the G, so they keep coming out and packing the Expo like that. We're just gonna keep going out there and having fun. And just different role for me this year than compared to last year. Those guys last year, it was a great group, but I feel like we got a great group this year too. And we're looking forward to replicating some of the success those guys had last year, especially late in the season.
I've kind of noticed the past few games Amari's getting some high assist numbers for a center. Can you talk about playing with a big like that? You can kind of toss it into and then actually expect to get the ball back.
Oh, man.
And get it.
So it's amazing.
What's it like playing with a guy like that?
Playing with a guy like Amari, like you said, he has eyes in every side of his head, and he's throwing no-look passes, and he's finding you, whether that's by the rim, whether that's on the three-point line. It's just he does a real good job playmaking, especially for a guy that size. Every time a big man has high assist numbers paired with rebounds and points, it's a special. And Amari's definitely a special player.
You got 5 days off. We're back at home for a couple weeks here. What's your focus to keep this win streak going?
Just take it one day at a time. Like I told the guys before the game, life is about how you respond. Even though we won yesterday, it was about how we responded today. So I'm looking forward to this group having a good stretch of practices, continuing to hone away at the things that are holding us back from being the greatest that we can be. And, I feel like we're going to attack the film. I feel like we're going to compete. We're ultimately going to be ready when it's time to tip the ball back up in the Expo for sure.